So think back to that specific moment when you first realized flip phones were just permanently obsolete.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it definitely wasn't when they first announced the smartphone on a stage, right? Yeah.
Exactly. It was, that really ordinary moment where you look around a coffee shop or you're on a train and you just notice that every single person is staring at a glowing glass rectangle.
Yeah. The shift had already happened without anyone really announcing it.
Right. The weird, experimental new gadget just quietly became the absolute default way the world interacts with information. And digging into the SEO technology report from exactly August 15, 2026, there's a data point that carries that exact same weight.
You're talking about the Alphabet Q2 2026 earnings call.
Yeah, exactly. The announcement that Google's AI mode officially surpassed 1 billion monthly active users.
1 billion users actively relying on generative AI to resolve their daily queries. I mean, that is just a fundamental rewiring of how knowledge is organized and how it's retrieved and ultimately delivered directly to you.
It really is. The underlying mechanics of how we discover things have just been entirely swapped out.
Totally.
And our mission in this deep dive is to really unpack the reality of that shift for you. Basically, for anyone who manages a digital footprint or relies on organic traffic in any way.
Which is, well, practically everyone at this point.
Right. Because up until this August 15, 2026 report, website owners have kind of just been operating in the dark.
Yeah. Completely flying blind.
Like, if a billion people are using AI search and the AI is just, synthesizing answers from across the web without necessarily sending users to traditional links, businesses just haven't had the tools to see what's happening inside that AI black box.
And that lack of visibility has been like the defining anxiety for digital marketers for a while now. But the first major revelation in the August 15, 2026 landscape is that the dashboard has finally arrived.
The generative AI reports, right?
Okay. Exactly. Google Search Console's generative AI performance reports are now live for everyone. So site owners no longer have to rely on third-party estimates or, scraping data to guess if they're even being cited.
Oh, wow. So it's actual first-party data directly from Google.
Yes, you can track impressions, clicks, and specific citations within AI answers.
That is massive. So a brand can finally quantify its actual footprint inside those synthesized responses. You can see precisely which prompts actually trigger the AI to pull your content.
Right, but the report highlights an even larger structural change about where that content is actually coming from. Because in July 2026, Google rolled out something called platform properties within Search Console.
Wait, platform properties, that's the social media integration.
Yeah, exactly. So brands can now track how their TikToks, their Instagram Reels, X posts, and YouTube videos actually perform across Google Search, Google Discover, and Google News.
That completely bridges a gap that's existed for, over a decade. I mean, historically, social media was just this walled garden.
Right, success was just in-app metrics. Swipes, likes, shares, that sort of thing.
But by putting platform properties right into Search Console, Google is basically saying social content is searchable content. Full stop.
Unequivocally. Social teams and SEO teams used to operate in completely different silos, and now they just have to integrate. An Instagram Reel isn't just for community engagement anymore, It's an organic search asset.
So if I search for something on Google and the algorithm just decides the best answer is a 6-month-old TikTok instead of some deeply researched text article, does that mean the whole traditional website-only approach to SEO is completely dead?
I mean, the data from the August 2026 landscape heavily points that way. The AI models driving search, they don't care about the format of the information. They just care about the most efficient resolution for the user.
So if a short video just demonstrates a product better than a 2,000-word blog post,
the AI is just going to pull the video, summarize it, and show it to the user. Optimizing just a single medium, like a static website, it leaves massive gaps in how discoverable you are. You really have to optimize your entire digital footprint.
And the behavioral data in the report really shows why that's so critical right now. AI search isn't just a parlor trick anymore, for quick trivia or generating a pancake recipe. It's actively intercepting the commercial buying journey.
Oh, absolutely. The Semrush researchers found that AI overviews on commercial searches surged by 71% in just the 6 months leading up to August 2026.
71%. That is wild.
Yeah, and you can see how this works practically if you look at how users evaluate their options. Take a query like Maldives or Mauritius for honeymoon.
Right. Historically, you'd get the standard search engine results page, the SRP with 10 blue links.
Exactly. And you'd have to click through multiple travel blogs, read the articles, and synthesize all that comparison yourself. Now, The AI just does the synthesis for you. It gives you this deeply detailed comparison of weather, costs, cultural experiences, all before you ever reach a travel site.
And the travel sector seems to be just ground zero for this shift.
It really is. Travel leads all industries. It has a 48% AI overview presence on commercial keywords.
Wow, 48%.
Yeah, and compare that to strictly transactional keywords like buy plane ticket to Maldives, which only trigger an AI overview 14% of the time.
Okay, so the AI is stepping in really heavily during that evaluation and comparison phase. It's essentially acting as the ultimate recommender before you decide to spend any money.
Exactly.
But if the AI is answering all the comparison questions before a user ever clicks a link, e-commerce sites and travel blogs that rely on those mid-funnel clicks, they have to be facing a massive loss of traffic.
They are. And wherever you have users actively evaluating purchases, you have advertisers trying to jump in and capture their attention.
Right, which brings us to the SE ranking test. They looked at 50,000 commercial keywords, didn't they?
They did. And they found that ads are now appearing in 29% of AI mode results.
And it gets more crowded than that, right?
Yeah, 71% of those sponsored results actually feature two competing advertisers sitting side by side. Travel ad penetration actually hit 50%.
But the crucial thing here is the separation between paid visibility and organic citation. Like, paying for an ad doesn't guarantee the AI actually likes your product.
Exactly. Paying for an ad placement does not influence the AI's internal logic at all. You can buy the sponsored slot right at the very top of the AI mode result, but that absolutely does not guarantee you get an organic citation in the actual synthesized text below it.
So a travel brand could pay a massive premium for a sponsored ad, but the AI summary sitting right underneath might organically recommend their direct competitor.
Yeah, based purely on its own analysis of the web.
That's like paying for a massive billboard, but the AI is standing directly in front of your billboard, handing out discount flyers for the store across the street.
It's exactly like that. Brands are basically fighting a two-front war now, securing visibility through paid, but simultaneously trying to earn the organic citation inside the synthesis.
And going back to those platform properties, those citations are pulling heavily from outside the traditional web.
Right. BrightEdge noted that social media is cited in roughly 1 in 15 AI searches. Facebook is the most common overall, but Instagram surfaces really heavily for travel, culture, and lifestyle queries.
Which brings us to the whole mechanics of trust and liability. If an AI is synthesizing Instagram posts to act as this ultimate recommender, effectively making purchasing decisions for people, the stakes for accuracy are just through the roof.
Oh, totally. Because if the AI hallucinates a terrible hotel recommendation or gives unsafe financial advice, the user blames the AI platform, not the original blog it pulled from.
And that liability is the driving force behind those severe algorithmic shakeups we're seeing in August 2026.
Exactly. The Google August 2026 algorithm update introduced exceptionally strict quality standards. The AI has to provide a single authoritative answer, so it just cannot rely on shallow or unverified content anymore.
Yeah, SEO professionals were reporting that pages lacking depth or original research just saw their rankings totally plummet.
Because EAT experience, expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness, those have shifted from just being, helpful guidelines to being hard-ranking signals.
Especially for YMYL topics, your money or your life.
Right. Finance, health, safety. Categories where bad information causes real-world harm. To determine that trustworthiness, the algorithm is actively measuring strong brand signals outside of your actual website.
Like real press mentions, academic citations, that sort of thing.
Exactly. Presence across multiple authoritative platforms. AI overviews heavily reward established brand content over lesser-known entities, even if the lesser-known page has, technically perfect keyword density.
It sounds like PR and SEO have basically entirely merged at this point.
They have to. A brand has to build real-world authority because the algorithm needs to trust who you are in the real world before it feels safe citing you to a billion users.
But this whole dynamic, the AI scraping a publisher's content, summarizing it, and just giving the answer directly to the user without sending traffic, it sparked a lot of legal pushback.
Oh, intense pushback. In August 2026, the UK's Competition and Markets Authority, the CMA, officially challenged Google's market status.
Right, and one of their major demands was that Google has to provide site owners a mechanism to opt out of AI overviews entirely.
Yes. They want an opt-out button.
Which I just struggle to see how that functions as a realistic solution for a business. I mean, if the CMA forces Google to build it, Pressing that button means actively erasing your brand from the exact interface where 1 billion people are looking for answers.
Philosophically, a lot of publishers argue they should have the right to withhold their content. It's an issue of copyright, fair use, saying an AI shouldn't train on their hard work for free.
Sure, philosophically, but commercially. How does a business survive if they intentionally make themselves invisible?
Commercially, the reality is stark. If you opt out, your competitor who stays in gets cited by the AI instead. They capture the brand authority, the user trust, and whatever referral traffic is actually left. So yeah, opting out might satisfy a philosophical stance, but for most businesses, it's commercial suicide.
So what are brands actually doing to survive then, if opting out isn't viable?
They're diversifying. The August 2026 report really emphasizes that we're operating in a multi-engine SEO reality now. Google just isn't the sole discovery platform dictating all the traffic anymore.
Right. Businesses are seeing real referral traffic from ChatGPT, from Perplexity, from Anthropic's Claude.
Exactly. But the challenge is that each of those engines operates on a completely distinct citation algorithm.
The report breaks down those different personalities really well. Like ChatGPT leans heavily into conversational depths and those EET signals we just talked about.
And Perplexity functions much more like an academic research assistant. It heavily prioritizes recent, highly authoritative sources with very clear, visible citations.
And then Claude emphasizes, like, nuanced, well-reasoned content that explores multiple facets of an issue.
So if a brand is only optimizing for Google, they are just abandoning a massive, rapidly growing segment of the AI-driven ecosystem. You have to adapt your content infrastructure to feed all of these different models simultaneously.
Which brings us to the execution phase. If traditional keyword strategies are dead and you're trying to optimize for 4 different AI platforms with different personalities, you need a completely new playbook.
And the standard that has emerged to solve this is generative engine optimization, or GEO.
And the technical cornerstone of GEO is that new file format, right? The LLMS.txt file.
The LLMs.txt file, yes. For decades, websites have used robots.txt to tell traditional crawlers what to index and what to ignore.
Just to manage the crawl budget.
Exactly. But LMS.txt serves a totally different purpose. It's designed specifically for large language models. Instead of just acting as a traffic cop, it actively guides the AI to a site's priority content by stripping away all the visual formatting, pop-up ads, and messy code.
So it basically functions like a customized cheat sheet handed directly to the LLM.
Precisely. It feeds the AI exactly what it needs to understand the core facts, data points, and entities associated with your brand.
It's like saying, hey, when your bot scraped my site, ignore the promotional banners and just memorize these specific structured facts. And the August 2026 report notes that early adopters of this are already seeing measurable lifts in AI referral traffic.
They are. But GEO isn't just about implementing a technical file. It actually dictates how the words on the page are written. Content has to be written for machine inference now, alongside human readability.
How does that actually look in practice? Like, how does writing for machine inference change a product page?
Well, it requires structuring information so an algorithm can easily extract the relationships between entities. A human reader gets meaning from a clever metaphor or rhetorical nuance. An AI crawler just needs clear, factual declarations.
So minimizing ambiguous language.
Minimizing ambiguity, avoiding fluff, using strict semantic structures like clear headings and bulleted data. The algorithm needs to easily parse the text, verify it against other sources, and then confidently cite it.
Okay, so to manage all of this, the platform properties for social media, the multi-engine visibility, real-world EEAT signals, and structuring text for machine inference, the tool stacks have had to undergo a massive evolution.
Absolutely. The report highlights 2 platforms solving this complexity right now, as of August 15th, 2026. First, SE ranking is really positioned as a comprehensive consolidation tool.
Right, because they allow a team to track a brand's presence across Google's AI overviews while simultaneously tracking visibility in ChatGPT, Gemini, and Perplexity.
And it displays all of that alongside traditional SERPs. Consolidating that data is critical. They process a 5.5 billion keyword database across 188 countries and run over 115 technical audit checks.
And crucially, those audits include JavaScript rendering, which is a massive hurdle for these new AI bots.
It really is. A lot of modern websites rely heavily on JavaScript to dynamically load content as you scroll. Traditional search engines have gotten better at reading that, but a lot of these newer LLM crawlers function as simple headless browsers.
So they struggle to see content unless it's hard-coded in plain HTML.
Exactly. By running technical audits with JavaScript rendering, SE ranking helps developers make sure these AI bots can actually read the content. If the bot can't render the page, your brand just doesn't exist in its database.
The report also points out that SE ranking includes API and MCP access in every plan, even their base $129 a month tier. An MCP model context protocol is an open standard we're seeing everywhere right now.
MCP is vital. It lets developers build secure, two-way connections between their own internal data sources and external LLMs, so smaller agencies can pipe this multi-engine tracking data directly into their own custom AI tools.
Plus, their insights reports surface prompts that already feature a brand and identify authoritative sources that the AI trusts, but that don't yet mention the brand.
Which gives a PR team a highly targeted to-do list. Like if Perplexity trusts a specific industry blog, but you aren't mentioned on it, you know exactly who to pitch.
And then on the other side of the software spectrum, the report names Semrush 1 as the best overall AI SEO tool in 2026.
Yeah, multiple independent reviewers cited them. Semrush 1 really approaches the complexity of the 2026 landscape by integrating generative AI directly into the workflow through their Copilot features.
Because if a team is pulling visibility metrics from 4 different AI engines, tracking traditional SERPs, monitoring Instagram Reels, and auditing for machine inference, I mean, the sheer volume of data must be paralyzing.
The data overload is a massive bottleneck, and Copilot serves to interpret that stream. It uses AI to analyze cross-platform visibility, suggest specific actions, and automate the complex reporting.
It removes the friction so the human team can focus on actually executing digital PR campaigns and building that real-world brand authority.
And let's not forget, Semrush is the data provider that published the pivotal study showing the 71% surge in commercial AI overviews. They are deeply embedded in tracking the shift.
So synthesizing everything laid out in this SEO technology report from August 15, 2026, the landscape is just profoundly different from even a year ago. The era of optimizing a static website for 10 blue links is definitively over.
Completely over.
We exist in a multi-engine AI-synthesized ecosystem. Social media is universally searchable. Brand authority is mandatory. And optimizing your digital footprint requires deliberate, highly technical adjustments specifically designed for machine inference.
And for you, listening right now, whether you manage digital strategy for a multinational corporation or you're just trying to research your next vacation, the fundamental machinery determining what information reaches your screen has completely rewritten its rulebook this month.
The AI models have essentially assumed the roles of curator, recommender, and ultimate gatekeeper of knowledge.
Yeah, they really have.
But there is one final kind of lingering thought about this transition toward generative engine optimization that's really hard to shake.
Oh, what's that?
Well, if every major website in the world is actively rewriting its content for machine inference, stripping out nuance, ambiguity, and human flair just so an algorithm can easily extract facts via an lms.txt file, how long until we stop writing for human beings entirely?
Wow. It is a logical, if slightly chilling, progression of the technology.
Right. If the algorithm is the primary audience that determines whether a business survives or vanishes, we're basically steering toward an internet where bots write hyperstructured content specifically to be ingested by other bots.
A perfectly optimized, flawlessly efficient web.
Exactly. Where the human experience is completely cut out of the loop. Just something to mull over the next time you ask an AI engine for a simple recommendation.
Definitely a compelling dynamic to watch unfold.
Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the August 15, 2026 SEO Technology Report. Keep questioning the systems that deliver your information, keep building that real-world brand authority, and we will catch you next time.